right, guys, you see this title. We are back with yet another reaction. And this time we are watching some comedy from a channel favorite, George Carlin. And this one, y'all, is titled Dumb Americans.
Because there are plenty of them.
There's lots of them. There's dumb people everywhere. I don't know why we don't highlight it a little more. You know, give America a little bit of a break, you know. Let us catch our breath first. But here we go again, watching Dumb Americans, which, you know, for George Carlin, I'm not surprised, because his skits can oftentimes be a lot more politically charged than like some of the other people, other comedians, I should say. But I enjoy it. It's fun. He still turns it into comedy. Best believe this is not some CNN report, Fox News. No. It's still very much comedy at the end of the day. So, without further ado,
let's just see how dumb Americans are.
Yeah, right, and laugh about it in the process. So, let's take a look.
But, say what you want about America, land of the free, home of the brave. We got some dumbass motherfuckers floating around this country. Dumbass motherfuckers. You know? Now, obviously, that doesn't include this audience. I understand that. You seem intelligent and perceptive, but the rest of them, holy jumping fucking shitballs. Dumber than a second coat of paint.
Dang.
And this ain't just ranting and raving. This ain't just blowing off steam. I got a little evidence to support my claim.
Okay.
It just seems to me,
okay,
that only a really low IQ population could have taken this beautiful continent, this magnificent American landscape that we inherited. Well, actually, we stole it from the Mexicans and the Indians, but hey, it was nice when we stole it. It looked pretty good. It was pristine. Paradise. Have you seen it lately? Have you taken a good look at it lately? It's f***ing embarrassing. Only a nation of unenlightened half-wits could have taken this beautiful place and turned it into what it is today, a shopping mall. A big...
On the other hand, I will pause and say the landscape itself is still beautiful, and there's something for everybody. If you're into the water, we have coastal areas where you can soak up the ocean. You've got mountains, I'm looking at some, and desert if you're more into that. And you know, you've got some places that are very green if you like a lot of trees and woodsiness. There's still, the landscape is... Does that help?
And turned it into what it is today, a shopping mall. A big fucking shopping mall. You know that?
Well, every time you leave home, you spend
That's
like
all you got.
$5,000.
That's all you've got here, folks. Mile after mile of mall after mall. Many, many malls. Major malls and mini malls. They put the mini malls in between the major malls. And in between the mini malls, they put the mini marts. And in between the mini marts, you got the car lots, gas stations, muffler shops, laundromats, cheap hotels, fast food joints, strip clubs, and dirty bookstores. America the Beautiful. One big transcontinental commercial cesspool. And how do the people feel about all this? How do the people feel about living in a coast-to-coast shopping mall? Well, they think it's just fucking dandy.
Well,
they think it is cool as can be, because Americans love the mall. They love the mall. That's where they get to satisfy their two most prominent addictions at the same time: shopping and eating. Yes. Millions of semi-conscious Americans, especially day after day, shuffling through the malls, shopping and eating, especially eating. Americans love to eat.
Yes.
They are fatally attracted to the slow death of fast food. Hot dogs, corn dogs, triple bacon cheeseburgers, deep fried butter dipped in pork fat and cheese whiz, mayonnaise soaked barbecued mozzarella patty melts. Americans will eat anything, anything, anything. If you were selling sauteed raccoons' assholes on a stick, Americans would buy them and eat them, especially if you dipped them in butter and put a little salsa on them. This
Not the buttholes.
No!
Oh, man.
I was not ready. Yo!
You ever tasted?
No, and I'm not trying to. I get what he's saying, but I can't relate. Even though we've come close, because I mean, Chitlins exist. Some people like them. A lot of people don't.
And some of y'all don't know what it is, but you can Google it.
Yeah, I've had them before. And the person I know who cooks them, they used to be good. Do I still eat that mess? No, I don't really touch pork with a 40-foot pole at all. But when you do them right, they good. Y'all just haven't had them from the right somebody.
Especially if you dipped them in butter and put a little salsa on them. This country is big time, pig time. Forget the bald eagle. You know what the national emblem of this country ought to be? A big bowl of macaroni and cheese. A big bowl, because everything in this country is king size. King size, extra large, and super jumbo. Yes. Especially the fucking people.
In Texas.
Have you seen some of the people in this country? Have you taken a good look at some of these big fat motherfuckers walking around? Big fat motherfuckers. Oh my God, huge piles of redundant protoplasm lumbering through the malls like a fleet of interstate buses. The people in this country are immense, massive bellies, monstrous thighs, and big fat fucking asses. And if you stand there for a minute and you look at one of them, you begin to wonder, how does this woman take a shit? How does she shit? And even more frightening, how does she wipe her ass? Can she eat?
I can't. Y'all, nobody warned me. Oh, come back. She don't went way over there. We just need to breathe. In. Out. In. First off, no offense. I hope, because over here we don't get butthurt over here on this channel, so no offense if you're
contrary to popular beliefs.
Right. But and that aside, because that's a whole other conversation. We don't get butthurt over here. So if you are what I call thick, honey, you don't want to be a pair of chopsticks like me. Y'all thick and you look good. All right. That also reminded me of a particular channel on TV. You probably know which one I'm about to reference. That seems to profit. We just came to this conclusion. They seem to love profiting off that predicament too. Like, you've got so many TV shows about people struggling to lose weight, showing their journey and whatnot. One doctor is quite famous for helping people or attempting to when they want to help themselves.
Right.
You know, like, we've got a whole network out here for that.
And even more frightening, how does she wipe her ass? Can she even locate her asshole? She must require assistance. Are paramedics trained in this field? We're standing right next to her, of course, with a plate full of nachos and a mouthful of pie as her clueless husband, Joe's six-pack. With his monstrous swollen beer belly hanging dangerously out over his belt buckle, this guy ain't seen his dick since the Nixon administration. And if you stand there and you look at the two of them, you begin to wonder to yourself, do these people fuck? Is this man actually capable of fucking this woman? It doesn't seem structurally possible that these two...
Where there's a will, there's a way.
You know,
that's all I'm saying.
Unfortunately, he is bringing up a lot of questions that I think a lot of people think, but they don't say or ask out loud. You know, because I've wondered, when you hear certain stories, back to the famous doctor and the TV show that I'm referencing, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
I've heard of stories where, they got pregnant. You know, like you get their life story on the show before you get to the nitty-gritty of whether or not they're going to be serious about losing the weight. So, and some of them do say, I've got the kids, I've got X number of kids, my son or daughter doesn't talk to me anymore, this, that, and that. And I do wonder, but you don't ask. You're not supposed to ask. Does he care? No.
Woman, it doesn't seem structurally possible that these two people could achieve penetration. Maybe they're in that Cirque du Soleil or something. Telling you, the people in this country Every one of them is 50 pounds overweight. They are gargantuan. And in the summertime, God help us. In the summertime, they all want to wear short pants. Jesus, Lord, protector of all that is good and holy, deliver me from fat people in short pants. They all got short pants, big bellies, fat thighs, and dumb kids. Short pants, big bellies, fat thighs, and dumb kids. Every one of them's got 2 dumb-ass kids with them. And the whole family is wearing T-shirts, and every one of them's got the same T-shirt. I'm with stupid. Apparently in this country, the stupids are an extended family. And besides wearing them T-shirts, everyone in the family's got on a backpack. They got a backpack strapped to their back so they can carry around lots of stupid shit. And the reason they got to carry their stupid shit strapped to their backs is because their hands must remain free at all times to hold food.
I was just thinking when
and
you
to
said
get that food up to
hands-free.
the mouth where it gets shoveled in with all the rest of the
say that.
disgusting shit they ate that day. And another reason for the backpacks is these people are going to buy even more stupid shit. They ain't got enough stupid shit at home. They just had a stupid shit sale. They're going to buy more. They're going to go out in the parking lot and stuff this stuff into the big, fat, ugly, oversized SUV that's got plenty of room in it. Plenty of room in it for stupid shit and lots of room left over for these big, fat, ugly motherfuckers to get them home.
Some of these
Stopping, of
SUVs
course,
are
for
nice.
jelly roll and fried dough. These people are efficient, professional, compulsive consumers. It's their civic duty, consumption. It's the new national pastime,
Not the
baseball.
civic duty.
It's consumption. The only true, lasting American value that's left, buying things. Buying things. People spending money they don't have on things they don't need. Money they don't have on things they don't need. So they can max out their credit cards and spend the rest of their lives paying 18% interest on something that costs $12.50. And they didn't like it when they got it home anyway. Not too bright, folks. Not too fucking
Not
bright.
very at
But if you
all.
talk to one of them about this, if you isolate one of them, you sit them down rationally, you talk to them about the low IQs and the dumb behavior and the bad decisions, right away they start talking about education. That's the big answer to everything. Education. They said we need more money for education. We need more books, more teachers, more classrooms,
No, we
more
don't.
schools. We need more testing for the kids. You say to them, well, you know, we've tried all of that, and the kids still can't pass the test.
Well, if you
So
lower the
don't
price
you worry
of
about that. We're going to
education-
lower the passing grades.
But that's just for private schools, which are completely optional. Anybody who can swing those doesn't need to lower the price. But college, yeah, you could stand to,
I was thinking college when I
for
made the
sure. But
comment.
he's talking more so about grade school.
Right.
And grade school, I mean, public schools, I thought that was completely free until I went to one.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
the fees that they kept hitting you with.
Yes.
The fee for the PE uniform, the fee for the lab, the fee for this class, the fee. I thought this mess was free.
Shit, it was back in my day. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. But ultimately, to me, no matter what you do, it's up to the kid. If the kid wants to learn it, they will. Because, I mean, I grew up in one of the school districts that isn't very highly rated in this country at all. But did I still pass everything? Yes. Flying colors at that. Like, you don't. It's more so what you put into your kids. Are we sleeping in class and goofing off, or are we sitting here and paying attention? Because as a child, that's really your only job. Just go do what you have to do. It's nothing compared to the life of an adult. Just go to school and do what you're supposed to do. So to me, it's more so what you put into your kids. I don't think we need anything extra from what we already have. I really don't.
The kids still can't pass the test. So, don't you worry about that. We're going to lower the passing grades. And that's what they do in a lot of these schools now. They lower the passing grades so more kids can pass. More kids
Lower
pass,
than
the
a D?
school looks good, everybody's happy, the
D-minus.
IQ of the country slips another 2 or
How
3
much
points,
lower do we
and
need
pretty
to go?
soon all you'll need to get into college is a pencil. Got a pencil? Get the in there. It's physics. Then everyone wonders why 17 other countries graduate more scientists than we do. Education. Politicians know that word. They use it on you. Politicians have traditionally hidden behind 3 things: the flag, the Bible, and children. No child left behind. No child left behind. Oh, really? Well, it wasn't long ago you were talking about giving kids a head start. Head start, left behind. Someone's losing fucking ground here. But there's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason for this. There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't.
Right.
You have no choice. Right. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 35 years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers.
Yes.
Obedient workers.
Yes.
People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork, and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shitty jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money.
Yes.
They want your retirement money. They want it back. So they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later, because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. By the way, it's the same big club they used to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people, white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all. Yeah. You know? And nobody seems to notice, nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on, the fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant of the big red, white, and blue dicks being jammed up their assholes every day. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream, because you have to be asleep to believe it.
Dang. Those were some parting words right there.
Right, he said that.
Yes, he did.
He said that. He did not hesitate to say that.
Oh, he never does.
He did not choke on any words or mince any meat when he said
Not
Listen.
the mince meat. Reminded me of those cookies we saw at that event.
Yeah.
I had never seen that. It was like potluck style, and somebody brought some mincemeat cookies. I had to Google it, and when I did, my mind was blown. Woo! But man, that was fun. That was definitely fun. Of course, everyone is going to have their own opinion on said topics, but to me, he's pretty much accurate. You know, do I agree with the harsh terminology towards certain groups? No. But then again, I'm fine with it. I'm not butthurt. And I told y'all earlier, don't be. It's just comedy, and he's hilarious with delivering it. But and heck, he's right. I do love me some food. But I think one thing he mentioned, and I'll say this quickly because I need to skedaddle. But one thing he mentioned that was interesting was the fact that, as I said in a previous video, I think it was the Father Ted video that we did, I mentioned briefly that, you know, I've looked into a lot of like the expat videos that are floating around on YouTube. And he mentioned a lot about consumerism. And I have noticed that that's why our level of consumerism is why our homes are so big. We've got the walk-in closets. We like the big bedrooms. When you compare that to what's going on in places like Asia, like Thailand, Vietnam, and these other countries, they have wardrobes. Walk-in closets you're not really going to see. Now, do they have their large homes? Yes, they do. These people are just as comfortable as we are for the ones who, you know, are maybe a bit wealthier. You know, like every country has people who are more along the poverty line, you know, they make less. Then you've got your middle class, and then you've got people who are doing rather well. You know, every country has that. That's the one thing we've all got in common. But out there, I've noticed even some of the really nice houses, those are wardrobes. The bedrooms are much smaller. Like, they're used to a more compact form of living.
Right.
Because they don't have the same consumerist ways that we do. So I that's just a tidbit that I had thought of. Of course, everyone is going to have their own opinion on it, which is fine, but you know, no one's out here to save you.
Right.
Or
you
help
have to
you.
Save yourself.
You
have
really
to
do.
Help yourself.
And like, yes, are any of them good when we vote every 4 years? No. They're not.
No,
but
no,
we
no.
all have an idea of who we think would be better than the other or worse than the other.
They
So
still disappoint you.
they do, but consequently, you know, you end up voting. And you know, go and vote for sure. Still state your opinion, right?
Right,
As a
right,
democracy, we have that right.
Yes.
But don't look for anybody to keep any of these promises, because they're not out here to do that or look out for you. I will agree with that. Right now, I just have my head down, focusing heavily on myself. And I think everyone should do that, you know? Yeah, but definitely leave any comments. This is a skit that was hilarious, but also thought-provoking. So
Yes.
definitely leave any comments you have below.
Share them with us.
Yeah, share them with us and others. Talks amongst each other with us, because we do respond. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe while you're at it, since it's all in the same general area.
And watch our George Carlin playlist.
Oh yeah, I should make a playlist for that. By the time you see this, I'll have one. But something for my to-do list. And we will see y'all in our next one, or the playlist. Bye guys.